Hey, how we doing, everybody? It is another beautiful day here in the Cheesy Moon Workshop. I haven't had an opportunity to get any videos out in the past few days. Pretty busy at work. I picked up a few knives a week ago at an estate sale, and I went to another estate sale today. So I got several knives I want to show you. Some of these knives may end up at the first ever knife show at Ellaville, Georgia, November 16th, sponsored by the Knife Doctor. I will be there. I might even sell a knife or two that I normally don't do, but I'm kind of buying knives now for the purpose of taking them there to sell, just to have something to sell other than some wood knife handles that I'm going to be taking up and a few other items. So one of the little knives I picked up last week was this little jewel right here. Saw it in the bottom of the little basket these were in and thought, okay, had no idea who made this one. And then I opened it up and I found out that it's a Case XX made in USA. It doesn't have the standard case dots or any of that stuff like a lot of the more popular knives have, but it is Case. Just a neat little drop in your pocket kind of knife. Haven't really cleaned it up yet, but it's actually had a little bit of snap to it. Okay, so that was the first one. Pretty cool. This next one, I'll be honest, when I saw this, I was like, holy cheap knife of Chinese. There's a rivet on this side that's crimped on that side. And there's this big ugly lump on the back of it. Great, very good snap on it. But when I open it up, it's a Colonial made in USA. But it is one of the oddest Colonials I've ever run across. I did clean this one up. It's super clean. I mean, you can look down in there. That joker shined up really good. It's in great shape. I don't know that it's ever been sharpened. It does have a pretty good edge on it. But it's just kind of odd looking. It's definitely a plastic looking handle, but man, that snap is, that's pretty impressive. So that was in there, and that led to some of the older knives I picked up. By far not in pristine condition, but this knife here, look at the bone on this. I mean, it's so smooth and worn. This wasn't easy out at one point, but the blades have been whittled down so bad that, you know, I would love to find maybe one with broken handles and replace the blade. But it's an Imperial USA. I haven't dated any of these yet. But it is an older Imperial. But look at that bone. That it was just, the second I saw that, I didn't care what the blades looked like. I was going to buy this knife. And it's just absolutely beautiful. Again, the blades wore down very much. And then there's the USA stamp on that blade. Really cool knife. I am going to try to clean it up and get some snap back into it. It's pretty grungy inside. Haven't touched it yet. And but that was really cool. Another old one I picked up. I love camp knives. They're just one of my favorite knives, I guess because I was a Cub Scout, and that was one of the knives I carried a lot as a kid. This blade has been whittled down a little bit. This is Camillus, New York, USA. I believe that was in the 50s, maybe 60s, something like that. Again, I haven't looked these up and dated them yet. Fairly wore down, but not too bad a shape on the main blade. Somewhat snapped. There goes that fingernail again. Pretty stiff here. Haven't cleaned it up. That's a screwdriver bottle opener, and I'm going to have to preview another knife real quick here. Use this electrician's knife. Pretty stiff action on this old girl, but man, what a spring. It's the old lobster claw can opener. I believe those were like in the 1940s, maybe older than that. But that's a 3-blade. It has the can opener, the bottle opener, and the main blade. Nice little vintage knife by Camillus. Good knife, still decent snap. That'll clean up nice. Okay, since I had this one out, another electrician's knife. This I'll probably take up to the show. The main blade, it's an Imperial. Fingerprints. Main blade's in great shape. I mean, don't know that it may have been sharpened, but it hasn't been whittled down and ruined. It's a decent blade still. Great snap, decent handle, a couple little scars here and there. Nothing, screwdriver locks up nice. An excellent half stop for that extra torque you need. Super good snap. Then there was this Scout knife. This is a 4-blade knife. The can opener, bottle opener, main blade, and awl. The awl is in let me get that screwdriver out again. You knife guys know what I'm talking about. Absence of thumbnails, because you just break them off on those nail breakers. The awl is super sharp, super great condition. Hasn't been filed on or put on a grinder or anything. There's a little bit of scarring from the bail on the bolster, but not too bad. Excellent snap on that. Another old lobster claw. Haven't dated these yet. Nice sturdy bottle opener. This main blade has been whittled down quite a bit, as you can see. It's almost typically there's a belly on those. Well, this one's worn out pretty bad too, but you can see the difference in these. But this one here, H. Dorwall. I haven't looked it up yet, but it says Soligen on there. So it's a German knife, or German made. It does say Boy Scout on the side, and it has a little chip in the handle. I'm going to put some epoxy on there, sand it down, shape it, and it'll be just fine. And then I ran across this knife. This is a clamshell Barlow. It had this sheepfoot blade on it. It's been whittled on a little bit. It's an Imperial. Great half stop on this knife. Great snap. Solid little Barlow. This blade hasn't been mess with too much. You do see sander or grinder marks on there, or it's a where it's been rubbing on the case, one of the two. Yeah, it's definitely grinder marks. I can see it on this side. But it's a decent, solid little knife. It is a clamshell, but it's a good looking clamshell. I mean, it's like a simulated saw cut bone. Great looking little knife. And I love Barlow's. I love that blade. That half stop is just ridiculous on this knife. Super good. I might sell that one up at the show. And that takes us to today. Today I found another electrician knife. This is a Colonial. Great half stop on the main blade. Great snap on this knife, and I haven't cleaned it up yet. This is going to clean up like a champ and be a fantastic work knife for someone. Again, great half stop on the screwdriver blade, locks up just fine. This is a gorgeous knife. It'll clean up just fine. Again, these are so commonplace, but they're super handy and fairly collectible. I have, including these, I probably have 10, maybe 12 of these. I love them. Great knives, and I use them frequently, carry them frequently. So that was today. And then these two. Same exact model, make, same pattern on the handles, same amount of rust on the back springs. One is in a little bit better shape than the other one. Both of these have been used to cut either tar paper or roof shingles. You can see it's got tar all over it. Asphalt, whatever you want to call it, from the shingles. Good half stop. It's gritty. It needs to be cleaned, but good half stop. Decent snap. It'll be even better when I clean it up. You can hear it. You can hear how gritty that is. These are Colonials. Bottle opener, scaler, fish hook remover. Clamshell handles, but they're very good looking clamshell handles, and hopefully they'll clean up. And this one here, blade really chewed down on this one. But the tar and everything, I'm going to have to soak them in WD-40 or some other solvent to get that stuff off, and then work on cleaning up the knives. But they're in great shape. Again, you can just hear how gritty these are. Great snap, great half stop. They'll clean up really nice. So that was all the knives from last weekend, this weekend. I am going back out tomorrow. We've researched a couple estate sales are happening tomorrow. But then today I picked this this knife sharpener up. This sticker said $5, but it was 50% off, so this was $2.50. Anybody who watches my videos know I love touching up and even sharpening blades on a ceramic. These ceramic sharpeners are great because the angle is there for you already. Let's see if I can position this so the camera can see. The angle's there, and you introduce the knife to it straight, holding the knife straight up and down, and draw it down, and that gives you a consistent angle every time if you hold the knife straight up and down. And it's a great way to touch up a kitchen knife, touch up your daily carry. I'm going to clean these. The dark color on there, that's steel that's been rubbed off onto the ceramic. A little bit of soap and water and a gentle little brush, and these will clean up quite nicely. I may do a little follow-up on this and show how well they cleaned up. But for $2.50, it's American made. I'm even going to clean up the packaging because it's quite grubby. It was in a, here's a great illustration what I was just talking about. You hold the knife straight up and down and draw it down onto the ceramic. But made in Muskogee, Oklahoma. The Quick Sharp Croc Stick. I'll clean that packaging up too. I love these things. They light, very light pressure on a knife, sliding down a ceramic, keeping it at the right angle. And I don't know if I have a piece of paper handy here. I don't know how sharp or if it was even sharp, but yeah, it's not sharp. But it can sharpen a knife, but now that was not very sharp either. Give it a few passes. This is a stainless steel, so it's even harder to tune up on these, but oh, there you go, look at that. Just a few passes, that not sharp knife became pretty sharp. I mean, that's not any show winner, but I love ceramics, so for $2.50, a pretty good deal. A couple other non-knife related items. Picked up an old vintage punch. This is made in England. Pretty cool. And the original cordless drill. So when the grid goes down, I got it, baby. They're not going to stop me from drilling a hole. Yeah, I love these old tools like this. This is not super old, you know, probably from the early 60s or 50s, but I just love the ingenuity on these things. And again, the original cordless drill. There you go, guys. This is the knife haul. Pretty good haul. Might sell a few of these at the show. Don't know. Depends on how well they clean up. And none of these are really, you know, showstoppers, and they're not going to fetch any real money. But, you know, it's maybe a beginner knife collector is going to be there. Or maybe someone who collects these electrician knives and just wants it. Might have a couple bucks to throw on the table. Do not know. I'm getting pretty excited. I think it's going to be a good time. I've talked to a couple people here in Florida who have channels. Sort of invited them to come up. Tim School of Fish, John Clark, a couple of the other fellas. Don't know if they'll come up and visit or not, but I think it's going to be a good time. Hopefully I'll run into some of you there. So until I see you again, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and above all, have a beautiful day. Okay, jumping back in here. I did kind of wipe this down a little bit. Came out much nicer, much cleaner. Kind of hard to get down inside to get some of that out, but not too bad. These did not clean up super good, but they cleaned up some. Rubbed a little make oil on this wood and cleaned it up a bit. And I left out a knife that I picked up today. Picked this one up at Goodwill. That joker just keeps going and going and going. This here is a Kershaw fillet knife. 9 inches long. Super sharp, as you would expect a fillet knife to be. And has the Kershaw stamp there. And I believe it says, yep, Kershaw on the handle, see if I can get it to focus. Not a super rare knife, pretty available, and the price ranges on this knife from $15 to $35 depending on where you buy it. It is wicked sharp, as you would expect from a fillet knife. May not sell it. I have a kind of a fondness for a knife, especially with a blade 9 inches long. You could cut or gut a very large fish with this, and but a nice no frills sheath that came with it, and a pretty cool knife. So there you go, guys. That is finally the wrap for Saturday and last Saturday. I believe today is the don't know what the day it is or the date is, and dead. It's the 20th or 21st, something like that. So I'll correct it in the video when I edit. Again, guys, thanks for watching and have a beautiful day.